Welcome back to Mainstation. So today I'm going to talk about mostly the Canadian MJ sector regarding CGC and CRON. And if we find time, then I'll be looking at Amazon and Tesla also. So let's get started. So what I found, which was quite interesting, on CGC we now have hit my price target, which I expected that if we break around like $32, you can see very nice line of resistance. At 32 you can draw a horizontal line like that, or more like this, somewhat like this, and you can see the touches of this trend line back in the day and also right here. So actually quite important. And I said that if we break 32, then we most likely will run to about 40, and we pretty much hit that. And also why I said 40 is because we had a very nice retest of resistance, or of support I meant, right here, and it would coincide more or less with the high back here. So we would have a range between like 40 and 36, 35, which we most likely will find resistance, and we now have found it. But what is quite interesting is that we haven't pulled back in a very significant way. We actually have been very corrective. This is quite interesting. We have not yet set an hourly high or low, so I will looking at that. If we find some support, I think we most likely will find it at this level of $36. You can see that this has been quite important level. So if we find support at 36, then I actually would look, if we form a bull flag, at a continuation of this trend, and more or less, or more likely hit around 46. So I can draw some arrows that maybe find some more days of consolidation, maybe mid this week or end of this week, maybe in on Thursday, I don't know. We would run up again and then hit like around $46. So let's make an arrow out of this. Okay, do it like that. Yeah, around like Thursday maybe. Come back up, hit this resistance, and then it would be very nice if we come back down to this level. Also we could come back down to here and maybe form an inverse head and shoulders. So this would be either here or and I draw this red, or I might draw this green and to make another one, and then maybe come back down right here and find support on previous resistance and previous support right here around 32, which we have broken. So I think more likely we'll hit 36 and bounce off of it if we find support right now and see continuation to the upside. Then that would be my nearest price target, since there isn't really much between 40 or between 36 and 40, 45, 46. So these would be my price targets. If you'd like to enter, there's some profit to make. You can see around like 15-16%. So quite nice, and I think very, very decent gains. Of course, I would advise you to only paper trade to learn this stuff and get comfortable with it. So as I said, if you'd like to enter, then I'll be looking at the hourly or 4-hour time frame. And as I told you, we are now looking for some sort of higher low compared to 35. If you lose the hourly higher low uptrend, then you can look at the 4-hour, and it will still coincide with 35. And if we break this, then we most likely will look at 32, as I told you, around right here, to find support then, and maybe create a daily high low and see maybe then continuation or a reversal, and we would just have another lower high compared to the one in early November. So this can also very well happen, since we haven't really seen lower highs. In my opinion, this is more of a consolidation period to the downside. So this is definitely, these are lower highs, as you can see. And well, you can draw a trend line, but you don't really have to. They are just there to make support and resistance points more significant. So you don't really need them, as long as you know what an equilibrium is and how it works, and that it's basically lower highs and higher lows. So yeah, that's CGC. I would enter. Yeah, let's go back to it. If we don't break down, then of course I will be looking at 40, around 40, and may enter their position maybe around 40, 35, 30, 25, and set a stop loss below the low we're going to set. If you'd like to make a more swing position, and if you are more of an intraday trader, then you can look at the 15-minute maybe, and create then your estimation of support and resistance. We maybe are seeing on 15-minute some sort of descending channel. You can draw this yourself, of course. So maybe you'll use this trend line as an indication, or that if it's broken, as an indication for an hourly higher low or a minute higher low. So yeah, quite interesting. As I told you, this is still a possibility of being a bigger head and shoulders, so you want to be prepared for that. But also what could also happen is that if we hit my price target of 46 and come back down, that we're going to see an inverse head and shoulders. Right here you would have your shoulder, your head, and then your right shoulder, and it would be actually quite nice if we only come down to 36, because this would indicate a more bullish trend, since our lows aren't getting as big, or our selling rallies aren't as big as our up trends. So yeah, and also what I wanted to mention is that we could see this is a big old bear flag. Of course, this is on the logarithmic, and most likely it won't be playing out as nicely, yeah, on the linear chart. So you want to be very skeptical of this, but still it's quite interesting. You can see we had a fake out more or less right here, and when we broke it actually quite nicely, went back up again. So I think this trend line is somewhat of legit, and I would include it in your analysis. We could see maybe a run up to like 70 and maybe see resistance there. This would be interesting to see if this could actually play out. This is not really an indication for a selling rally soon, or a bear market in any sort of way. This is just a pattern showing a trend direction, and that most likely, as you know, or as you hopefully know, trends change. So this will also most likely change. But when this can go on for a very, very long time, we have seen channels going on for decades, so don't be worrying too much about that. But just include it in your analysis, and yeah, keep it this way. So if you're now looking at the CRON, and I think I'll actually make an Amazon and Tesla in another video. This is already around 10 minutes, so yeah, quite rambling here. But anyway, you can see a very similar pattern on CRON, and I think this is actually a bit more beautiful, a bit more nice, and clear. You can see the touches on the bottom. We also had a fake out. This has actually been I looked at this back in the day, and we'd have like this trend line right here, and I was quite unhappy with this break of support. You can see right here, but in the end it was just a fake out, and we had a bit of consolidation right here in the bottom, and have seen it in a big old rally to the upside, which I didn't trade in any sort of way, sadly. But I just looked at it and I found it interesting, and I still do. So, well, don't mind that. Interesting. And don't mind my League of Legends account, whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, you can see this bear flag on the top very nicely. And what I also found, which could be playing out, is I already mentioned this this trend line right here, and I actually thought we would have maybe a descending trend line or a descending channel line coming from the top. It has been really respected. So this is more of a double top between early December and mid-January. So this can be playing out still as a new wedge. You can see right here we have higher highs and higher lows, and if we hit, maybe if we come back up, find some consolidation right here around this resistance area between like 14 and early 13, then we can see maybe a rally back up to $15 and maybe see this actually be playing out, which would be very interesting in my opinion. I'll be looking then for more downside and most likely a break of this support right here around 90, 94, 95 or 9594. If you like to trade this, I would definitely not trade this to the upside. We are already quite extended also on the RSI on the daily, and also the ADX is quite accelerating, so I wouldn't trade this to the upside. Yet if you want to trade it anyway, then I would advise you to paper trade, of course, only to the downside, and set a stop order or a short position. I meant, of course, a stop order, and you can enter, if you look at the hourly, by it seeing the break of the hourly uptrend. You can see it very nicely right here. It hold on the 12th and the 26th all the time. So you want to look at these moving averages to break, if they break, and if maybe, let's say, around 12.6 and 12.7, if these support areas break too, then you still want to look at the 4-hour and on the daily. So there hasn't been really a low set. It has just been an uptrend, and in a more or less corrective way. So we can pull back very big actually. And yeah, so if we don't retest $14 and break higher lows, then I'll be looking to enter. Maybe you can look at it on 50-minute too, and then I will enter around 12.6 and trade it to like 11.50, maybe 11.50ish, and just speculate on this support line. This is actually quite a nice support line, so I think this will hold. And yeah, it would be, if you look at percentage trades, yeah, like 15% to 8% to the upside, or even less. So quite favorable, like 2 to 1 at least. It's okay, but you don't have to take any trades, or you don't have to take every trade, I meant to say. So well, yeah, that's been CRON and CGC. I can take a quick look maybe at something like TLRI. Has been in news, of course, and you can see I actually wrote some things here. Yeah, if we break, and this is just in the future, around like around 143, then we would have another higher high. So this would be then the indication for a trend reversals, which we had also. So I think we had a bear market, actually, more or less. Well, this has been a not really more prolonged bear market, and you can say it's just a correction, and it would correct too, I think. So don't get me specific on any terms. And well, yeah, we actually broke out of our falling wedge, so this has been interesting. I've been looking at this for quite a long time, and we have seen a very nice break. So we are now looking for consolidation around this area. We have higher lows on the 15-minute, on the hourly, which we have formed, and we will look to continue. We are now finding quite important resistance around $100 psychological, and in the past it has been quite important too. It has been a bit choppy in this area, so we can expect it to be also a bit choppy in this area too. If we break 100, then I will look at a 120. There isn't really any support or resistance between it. So if you'd like to enter on Tilray to the upside, then you want to look at an entry maybe above like 1.6 on the hourly, and trade it up to 120 as I said, and then exit your position, because you can see right here we have very, very important resistance incoming. If we don't, or if what would also happen, and you want to be aware of this, is that, so come on trading view, is that we could see maybe an ascending channel in a corrective way, and then seeing it break. We are now seeing this on the S&P 500. You can see right here some sort of ascending channel, very corrective. I don't know, something's wrong with my voice today, so I don't know, but yeah, Tilray. So yeah, we have seen nice volume, and the pickup in volume. If you look at the daily,